actually happening?
Maybe.
All right.
Here we go.
And we're live once again.
Right along with the clock.
I guess open the blinds, the curtain, because yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, no, close them again. Jesus, we'll leave them closed. That's all right. It was overblown. I don't know if we've done a live stream on a Sunday this early.
Mm-mm.
I don't know if we have. But anyway, I was toying with the idea of whether I should, say on my social media yesterday that we were going live, at noon on Sunday. But here we are. So now I will go ahead and actually advertise it. There's Minda Lewis. What's up, Lewis? Yeah. So we're here. If you want to run that.
Oh my God! Look.
Run the. You come by and get that guitar. You can. What's up, Davier? What time is it in Japan? I'm curious because it's noon here.
What am I doing? Oh.
And we're getting. It's the boys. The boys. Boys at 3:01. All right. That's a good time. Yeah. How's it been going, man? Because I noticed you haven't been putting out a lot of videos lately. I'm sure you've been busy with your studies and everything over there. Yeah. There is no lag. There's no lag, right?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, now I'm going to put this link out on the open internet for anybody to see. No lag. All right. Yeah, been cool. Just very busy. I can imagine so. You come back in February, right? Or is it before then, Davier?
Secret.
Secret. Amazing. Well,
January 28th.
Yeah, nice. Okay, good deal. So so we can continue our collaborations, our film collaborations, because I'm meeting with Ross tomorrow for my screenplay, and then after that I've got a couple exams, and I'm basically done with college, and I'm really happy about that. I've been, people have been approaching me about grad school. I don't know if thanks for wishing me luck on the exams, Lewis. And also 2:00 is it's a good time. Anytime this afternoon, we'll be here. Anyway, I've been approached about grad school, and I've considered it. I just don't think it's for me right now. I've talked with Justin and Nathan about what all that entails and everything, and I just don't think that that's the direction that I'll be going, in the short to medium term. So perhaps later. It's harder to go back, once you've already been out. But I would like to take at least a year or so and just kind of see how this the freelance scene, how it works out. Okay, I'd like to get a shareable link for this live stream. I don't know if you have one, Sarah, or if,
I should hang on.
Yeah, I've done this before. I swear, I swear I've done this before. I wonder if it's showing.
Yeah, I got the link.
Okay, let me see. Yeah, snap it to me. I have Snapchat. Finally, it took me all of how many years has it been around?
A long time.
A long time. It took me that many years to actually get Snapchat, but it's it's pretty useful. I wonder what my score is. How do I check that?
I texted
Just
it to you.
texted you. That's
Yeah.
fine.
Click on go to your profile.
130. Is that low?
Well, let's see.
Or what?
Well, let's
I have
compare,
no
let's
friend
compare
request.
it to mine, which is
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, there we go. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and share this this link on social media. Copy, message, text. I don't. It's this. I feel like a caveman. I swear I've done this before, and I've done it on my desktop, but for some reason, there it is. There's the link. Okay. Well, still, I'll go ahead and share it. Well, anybody joining in now, additional to the bros,
the boys.
Lewis and Davier. This is our Anim8orkid Q&A live stream, monthly live stream, where we answer questions about anything and everything. So shoot away. We'll be here. We're gonna stream for. We usually go like an hour and a half, hour 45 minutes, something like that. And so just do it while I share the link. And we need to figure out something else to do while we're on stream so that it's not like just us,
Right.
sitting around and talking, which is what the other streams have been.
How long is teched out?
How long is teched out? It is a solid 12 minutes, sir. And it's almost complete. I'm adding the finishing touches on. There's a few more B-roll clips that I want to get. Funny story. I just got through getting over. I'm still getting over pneumonia, so that knocked out a week of productivity. That sucked, but I'm improving now, and I'm gonna get with Andrew in the next couple weeks, since the release date has already been set, and get in a couple additional shots, and have a discussion about fair use, and see what we want to do, if we want to replace any more clips. But I think it's in a pretty good state, and it's the pacing's good now. It's down to 12 minutes. So yeah, the Wi-Fi is spotty, so we probably won't be using that.
Mel Betterson says hello.
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 This is our Anim8orkid Q&A live stream. Ask anything, anything about anything. We don't get enough questions yet where we have to set like ground rules. That could change very shortly. That could change in the future. I'm sharing the link right now to the live stream on Twitter. I'm going to go over to Facebook, Patreon, Instagram. But anyway, so let's see. I'm live. I'm live right now. Is that a ad?
No, it's just telling me not to say anything rude in the chat.
In YouTube. Davi is like, just wait till I get back. We're going to collab. Yeah, I mean, let me just say, I guess I'll put it out there, for the people who are watching to observe. Yeah, I mean, when script that I'm working on right now, I'd like to put in production another short film. That's kind of a follow up to something I've already done. Some things I've already done. That could happen easily over the summer. I think I'm pretty excited about the prospects of it, and we're gonna bring in different crews from different film projects and bring them together for this new short, and it's gonna develop into something pretty cool. Hey, that's pretty good. So, yeah. What's your Twitter handle?
It's different. It's Red Sky.
Okay. Why is it?
Oh wait, hang on. I don't remember what. Hang on.
Oh my god. 2020 is going to be the bomb. It absolutely is. I'm so looking forward to 2020. You know, I've been kind of anxious about, you know, getting out in the world and kind of starting my career, but I mean, you know, there's no better time than the present to do it. So it's pretty exciting.
It's that. I don't know if those are I's or L's.
Okay. Or
So they're uppercase I's or lowercase L's.
Okay.
Because I have to make it difficult. There it is.
There you are. Yeah. Okay.
I'm probably just going to change it to the one I have on Instagram. Actually, I can do that right now.
I guess you could. Mel Betterton, biggest landslide ever, Trump 2020. I have different opinion about that. I think it could be a landslide in the other direction, but we'll see. It could be something different. So yeah, Dummy is like, what? Yeah, I don't. There's a lot of possibilities. We're banking on a certain candidate right now, and so we'll see how it pans out. I'm just trying to share this link, man. That's what I'm trying to do. What's up?
Okay, man. I don't know how how Twitter works.
Change the handle.
Yeah.
I've never done that before.
I've done it once, and I had to look it up how to do it, and I forgot.
This is one of the troubles with live streams, is that a lot of it is just me looking down at my phone or looking at a different tab. So, like I said, let's get some more questions going. We don't have too many viewers joining us right now, but as I share the link, we'll get some more in. And we usually, I think our peak in the past has been nine simultaneous viewers, which is pretty good for a live stream.
Hey, that's right.
The Democrats want to take everything away. Trump wants to give it back. Well, if you ask people in Britain, Trump is in working with the conservative government, the Tory government, to raise their healthcare prices. So he wants to take away their low healthcare prices. So that's something he wants to take away. I'm not sure what the Democrats want to take away. I don't know. Beto wanted to take away the guns, so I'll give you that. Stupid. Yeah.
I'll just be quiet.
Let's expound upon this idea of taking away and giving back, because I'm curious what specifics I'd like to get. I don't mind having a conversation about this. I'd just like to hear some specifics, like take away what? Is it the guns? Because if we can have a conversation about that. I'd rather have a conversation about something more interesting, like like economics. I don't know. Is that interesting in and of itself?
Stupid.
Yeah.
Someone already took it.
Oh, somebody took your Twitter handle you're trying to get.
Mm-hmm.
Anim8orkid is pretty unique. I've considered in the past, like, changing my handle from Anim8orkid to something else, but I can't bring myself to do it. It's too good.
Well, the one
it's just too good. I may change the profile picture at some point, because if we're being technical about it, that bird, the red bird that I've been using since like 2013, is like, it's not my intellectual property. It's a artistic rendition of somebody else's IP. So if I wanted to make myself even more independent, I may actually just do like a profile picture that's myself. Mel Betterton, all the Democrats do not want law-abiding people to have guns. Free speech, spelled SPACH. I agree with free speech. I'm a free speech advocate. All the Democrats do not want law-abiding people to have guns. I mean, I guess the gun thing for me is tricky. I mean, I don't think banning all guns is the answer, you know, because when you do that, you create like a black market for illegal gun sales that will only encourage, like more crime to happen. But if we're talking about assault rifles, you know, I don't think that
no place in the
I don't think
public.
that the average citizen should have access to like the most powerful military grade equipment. I mean, I'm not, if you're a libertarian and you think that's the case, go for it. But we live in a society. Davier is like, that's a broad statement. In New York, you cannot say illegal alien. I'd like a citation on that. I know New York and some of these places have like, maybe some weird speech laws going on, but I mean, that's, I don't live in New York, so I don't really give a shit what they do. Sorry. I mean, I'd like a citation on that. If you can bring me like a news article, a source, we can verify that. I'm open. I'm all ears because, if that is true, if there is something that they've outlawed and you can't say,
I'm pretty sure
that's not the case. I mean, that's blatantly unconstitutional. I mean, and federal law overrides state law. So if there were a challenge to that, it would quickly get shot down. So I don't know why they would even bother doing that in the first place.
Oh yeah.
Can you say Merry Christmas?
I would have to do that to it.
Yeah. Well, that's fine. I mean, underscores are fine.
Mm.
Is that what you want to do?
I mean, I can because I'll.
Well, here I'm about to share. I'm about to.
Well, I just changed it. Yeah.
Do you already change it?
Yeah. So it's 2 underscores.
Okay. Well, let me change that.
But yeah, no one has the other one I normally use, which is that.
Underscore. I think I have to.
It might take a second. Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, hold on. Let me just do it on my desktop. Ever since I've been here in Japan, I've felt safer than in America, Davier says. I don't doubt it. I mean, how many school shootings happen in Japan on a weekly basis,
Or gun violence in general.
I mean, my God. Yeah, I mean, that's a good point to bring up. I mean, it's just plumb unsafe here in a lot of places. Unfortunately, that's something that I hope we can change. And if we get some good common sense regulations in, I know that's a dirty word for a lot of people, but no gun violence, but a good amount of mass stabbings. And that's something that I'm glad you bring that up too, because that's something that people like say, like in the UK, they have, stricter restrictions on handguns and whatnot, but they have more stabbings. I mean, stabbing is not good, but if we're talking about a trade-off, it's not as powerful as an AR-15, so that's something to take into consideration. Like, yeah, you have restriction on handguns, and people can cry about freedom and whatnot, and say, that's people are going to start using knives. Like, well, a knife is not going to take out 50 people at once, like in Las Vegas. I mean, that's just insane. So, again, the arguments from the right on this issue are fucking stupid. All right, let me try and see. I'll refresh my Twitter on my desktop and see if that actually. By the way, while there's some people here, buy my merch. Here's it's premium Orange River Productions hoodie from teespring.com/store/Orange River Productions. Look at that nice sweet ass logo right there. Yeah, this is premium. This is very soft material. It's $40, but if with a discount code, if you become a patron, you can get discounts on all merch orders. And yeah, buy my merch. We got mugs. We got hoodies, we got shirts, we got stickers, tote bags, phone cases, anything and everything you need. I have a chance of deflecting a blade, but I ain't Superman deflecting bullets.
I'm gonna look this up.
All right, on Google right now, New York bans the use of illegal alien. Okay,
maybe in like court settings.
We're Googling that. I'd like to see what the exact context. I'm not trying to poo-poo what you're saying now and say you're automatically wrong because I don't believe you. We're trying to verify it, so we're looking that up right now. Buy my merch. Teespring.com/stores/Orange River Productions with hyphens between each of the words.
Using the terms illegal alien or illegals with intent to demean, humiliate, or harass a person in New York City is against the law and can result in fines as high as $250,000, according to new guidance from the city's Commission on Human Rights.
Okay. So my question is, how would they enforce that?
They wouldn't be able to.
It's that to me seems like just a silly law that they passed trying to be virtuous.
Well, I mean,
and it doesn't.
It's basically they're treating them as their slurs. So
yeah. I don't know. That gets really tricky when we talk about restrictions on speech in state and federal law. I mean, that does not jive with the First Amendment. So I don't know. My question would be, how do they enforce that? I don't know. It doesn't seem like it would doesn't seem like they're racking up arrests for it at the moment.
Well, don't try to harass or demean people and you'll be fine.
Yeah, don't be an asshole. All right. So, okay, Davide, I got to get a hoodie from you and Jason so when I'm on y'all shoot some in uniform. That's right. Represent. All right, let me log in here, see if I can share this link that I've been trying to. Let's see, it's good that I've been distracted by answering questions from the chat instead of just looking down at my phone the whole time. But
well, is this okay? So the article goes on to explain this is just another thing with the whole discrimination law they have in New York.
Yeah, and I know they have a similar thing like Ontario that Jordan Peterson got really big trying to act all, like he was being oppressed because people were complaining he was misgendering his students. And it's like, just everybody just chill and just, it's not that hard. All right, so let's see. I'm live right now. All right, so you're 2_. There it is. This guy's on YouTube for our monthly Q&A live stream. Come join us.
Has America become even more sensitive about things?
Has it since you've been gone? I don't know. It's hard to tell, man. I don't know. I don't know what's going on anymore. I really don't. It's the whole thing's crazy. But yeah, if it's part of a statute or whatever, free of a human rights code.
It's New York human rights law.
And there's a fine if you say.
I think it's more towards like shop owners.
Yeah.
Because it's also illegal to discriminate against someone speaking a different language.
That would fall under like targeted harassment, I would say. So, yeah, I mean protections against that I think are perfectly fine. After Hitler gained power, he took all the firearms. Oh, please. I did not want the demon rats to gain power like that. Well, I don't think that the Democrats are equivalent to Hitler. That's just my opinion. So again, if we want to outline my thing about guns, my position on the gun issue. Because since we're going there, Davier. Yeah, I'll humor this. I'm not afraid to. I want to engage with this and kind of have a conversation. My position on the gun issue is, again, like I said earlier in this stream, I think banning handguns or whatever outright would have more negative consequences because it would lead to like a black market and more crime and illegal trading. I love Section 31. This is from Elite Master Gamer. Another Star Trek reference. My German friends would disagree highly. Davier. So anyway, yeah. So banning guns outright, I think, is probably not the way to go. But like I said, regulation and restrictions on certain types of firearms, including high-powered, high-capacity magazines, high-powered, assault weapons, semi-automatic rifles, bump stocks, AR-15s, all that stuff that is like military-grade weaponry that's not even used for hunting. Like even hunting rifles are less powerful than that. But like
guns aren't toys.
Yeah, guns aren't toys. This is not, you shouldn't be able to buy this kind of stuff at Walmart. All right. Let's see.
It didn't even tell me I've been.
You were tagged?
Yeah.
Twitter's stupid. So yeah, if the Democrats or when the Democrats gain power the next time, I don't think that they're going to confiscate all the guns, because that would run into, that would be challenged in court very quickly, and rightfully so, because plain reading of the Second Amendment, and I'm not even a big Second Amendment guy. I think it can be loosely interpreted to mean that regulation of firearms is justified, because when it was written in fucking 1780s,
it took 2 minutes to reload your gun, and
even
then you weren't.
They were using fucking muskets, for God's sake. They did not have a conception about what kind of high-powered weaponry we would be using in the 21st century. And well-regulated militias is part of the language of the Second Amendment. So if you try to do an outright ban on guns, I think it would be challenged constitutionally and probably lose in court. But fucking, banning bump stocks is not the same thing as like, concentration camps. It's really not. And children are dying. Children are dying in our schools, and that's just something that shouldn't be happening.
Lives are more important.
Lives are more important than the right to have an assault rifle. I said it.
They're so controversial.
Yeah, my controversial opinion that people shouldn't be gunned down in the streets by people that have weapons with high capacity magazines that can shoot 50 rounds in the span of a few seconds.
From Mel Betterton, real gun control, firearm in the hands of a responsible person, bump stocks are trash. I agree, no military grade rifles, AR-15. I was talking about a revolver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, then we have common ground, and I think we agree a lot more than we initially thought. I think we're nearly on the same page about this. Training of people who do use firearms is important. So again, this is why a conversation is good, because like I said, I think we're very nearly on the same page about this. Yeah.
Trying to find a screenshot.
All right, I'm trying to share the link to this live stream on Facebook. I don't have to tag you if you don't want.
You can tag me, it's fine.
I know your whole family.
Well, I'm fine with being tagged. It's all right if you're just gonna get a swarm of people.
Yeah, maybe for this, I'll just leave it like that.
We'll come to the stream.
Yeah. For our monthly Q&A live stream, come join us. All right. Oh God.
Why is this so hard to find?
that result, Davier, that results to African Americans being gunned down daily. Stand your ground. Oh yeah, the stand your ground law I also think is problematic. I mean, George Zimmerman used it as legal justification in the Trayvon Martin case. I mean, that in and of itself is enough for it to be reconsidered. But I mean, the stand your ground law I think should be looked at, certainly. I don't know all the ins and outs of it. I don't know all the ins and outs of Floridian, state politics and legislative, all that crap. But I mean, something needs to be done about that, because that's a little too loose of interpretation of, you can use your firearm out in the streets. Like that bothers me.
No. Yeah.
That doesn't sit right with me. That doesn't seem like something that's very like stable or just. A lot of lives can be lost, in that way. And I think that, the onus should be on trying to preserve as many innocent lives as possible. All right. And let me go over to share this stream link on Twitter and Facebook. I'm going to go to share it on Patreon and finally Instagram, and put it on my Snapchat story. You can show me how to do that, because I still don't know how to do that. Most African Americans are shot by African Americans, Mel Betterton says. Even so, I mean, even if that's true, I don't know. It's been a while since I've looked at the statistics on race and crime and all that. There's a lot of different functions there. I think poverty is a big issue that leads to a lot of crime that a lot of people tend to overlook. Thank you for your service in the Army Reserve, Mel Betterton. I think that when it comes to race and crime, I think it's not as important as a lot of people say. But even Davier says, this is true, but we need help from others. I mean, I think we need to have.
But do we need help from others?
But do we need help from others? I don't know. I mean, I think just what we need to do is look at the issue through a class lens, really, and just kind of lift people out of poverty in general. Because if you do that for what it'll benefit white communities as well, in like Appalachia and everything, where the opioid crisis is going on. So, just kind of have these all-encompassing solutions that help people across the board, and just try and encourage people not to shoot each other.
Because that's so hard.
Yeah. All right, I'm sharing the link to the live stream on Patreon. I have had issues actually with merchandise discounts because of the profit margins. We need more sales. So if you want to join, you can join at the $5 level, and that gets you 10% off all merch items, which is a very good discount. If you use it, I've used it in the past, and if you it basically cancels out the shipping costs. So if you want to buy my merchandise very close to the list price, you join the Patreon, and you get the at the $5 level, you get 10% off, and you get a discount code, and yeah.
It's pretty good.
Hey, that's pretty good. And we'll work on. I'm working on the other discount levels, 15, 20, 25. All right. So let me share this. The new Patreon setting is confusing. Can't.
They update it?
Yeah, they updated it a while ago, but I'm still not used to it. All right, December 8th, 2019, Anim8orkid.
Oh my god,
Q
it's
and A.
December.
I know, and we're already math. We're already a quarter of the way through the month. But 2020, Sarah, 2020 is coming, and it's a new year. It's a new year. It's a new decade. New possibilities. It's going to be a great year. 2020 is around the corner. It's going to be a great year. We're gonna be putting a lot of scripts into production. Well, I got to head to bed now. Let's do a movie review talk when I return from Davier. Glad to have you on the stream, man. Yeah, get some rest for sure, and we'll talk later. Yeah, definitely have some more collaboration, some film collaboration, and yeah. So we'll see you in a future stream or on social media, and both. So, good night. All right, sharing this. Okay. Okay. I'm live right now on YouTube with Sarah for our monthly Q&A live stream. Come join us and buy my merchandise. What's up?
From Mel Betterton, I do not look at skin color as a race. Skin color is a breed within the human race.
You know what? I've been saying the same thing for years, and people get mad at me. I got in trouble with some of my progressive friends a few years ago for saying that there is no such thing as race. We're one race, the human race, because that's scientifically true.
It is true.
And
who gets mad at you for saying that? That's true.
People who are steeped in identity politics and look at racial differences, you know, and these are people who are on the left, mind you, who are like, why would you say something like that? That's like erasing cultural differences. Like, no, I'm being scientifically accurate. Excuse me. Race is more or less a social construct. Now, ethnicity, ethnic differences are the result of different, phenotypes, not even genetic differences, but more like physical expressions that happen at birth. That's why if you have like a black person and a white person have a child, that child has a mixed skin color, because there's no such thing as a black gene or white gene, or otherwise it'd be recessive or dominant traits, and that's not what we see. That skin color is an expression of phenotype. So poodle and pit bull are both dogs. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I wouldn't even consider skin color to be a breed.
No, it's just a
phenotypical variation that occurs as a result of it's not even genetic differences. It's like melanin and different receptors that get turned on and off. That's why sometimes you have albino people. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but no, I mean, that's stuck with me for years. Like this was a few years ago, that like people on the left that I consider, fairly progressive minded people, who take issue with me saying that we are all one race, but that's scientifically true, so I'm not going to take any bullshit from anybody anymore about that. That's just, it's the truth. I'm not going to apologize for telling the truth. And I mean, I think viewing people as one race is more progressive than dividing us up by skin color. I mean, that's something, again, we go back to MLK, with the, a measure of a man is, or should be by, determined by his character and not his skin color. I mean, that's progressive idealism right there.
Right.
And so just fucking stupid. I'm sorry.
You're just so passionate.
Yeah, I'm passionate about my non-racism. It's the only way I can explain myself. That's fine. It's it's terminology. Differences in terminology, and that's something we run into. That's fine. All right, sharing this on Patreon for my 3 supporters, including Lewis, who was on the chat a minute ago.
Just a minute what he said.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. I don't know what else to put in this. Public. All right. And next, Instagram. We've been going for 40 minutes.
Have we really?
We have. It's been. It's been
God.
wow. Wow. All right. Share this real quick on Instagram. Oh yeah, I have to take a photograph. Look at this photograph. Every time it makes me laugh.
Oh my God.
Morty, we have to go in the family zone, Morty. Morty, when are you ever going to see something like that at school, Morty? Oh God, oh geez, Rick, I don't know. I do voice acting on the side, by the way. If you couldn't tell earlier, it's one of my one of my talents that I've been trying to cultivate for a few years, and that's why I think 2020 is going to be a pretty good year. We got the Obama impression, we got Rick and Morty, we got all kinds of stuff. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be lit. I can tell right now. Live stream. Still have 3 viewers. Let's get those numbers up. I'm hoping this Instagram post can get the numbers up. I don't know. I'm just okay. And all right. How do I do on Snapchat?
My God. Take a picture.
Okay.
All
oh
right.
God, no wait. I don't like that one.
Okay. Now, do you want to post the link?
Yes.
Okay, so let me see your phone.
Show links I've recently copied. Allow. Attach to Snap.
Mm-hmm.
Is it in there?
So if you want to type a caption, you can.
Yeah.
I hate my Snapchat username. I hate it. My friend made it for me. Michael made it for me.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the link's there.
Mm-hmm. Now.
And now
Send
onto my story.
Yes.
It did it. I don't know what that means.
Doing it. Okay. So now people can see it. So if you go here, that's it. And then you can see how many people have seen it. So no one's seen it yet.
Yeah. That will quickly change. Muslims refuse to assimilate to American values. They want no, okay. Actually, I have data on this. So most Muslims in America, whether it's first generation, second generation, whatever, actually are more westernized. They actually do want to assimilate to American values and such as they adopt and mix in part of their culture. Most of them really do want to be westernized. So yeah, that statement is inaccurate and not true. So yeah, I mean, I actually have looked this up before because there's data. I mean, there are cultural differences in the way that westernization, so to speak, is happening in Europe and North America. But again, most Muslims in North America actually are very liberal, compared to the conception of what the average person in the Muslim world would be, which is quite conservative, mind you. In the traditionalist sense. So, but no, Western Muslims are very, very liberalized, very Americanized. I've met many in my lifetime, and yeah, I mean, my you could say that's anecdotal or whatever, but again, I think the data bears that out. That my view is and or the data that I brought up is broadly accurate, actually. So yeah, that came out of nowhere. All right, I'm checking my email now. Excuse me.
Bless you.
All right. Does this update like live? Okay. Snapchat in Detroit, Michigan, you cannot go into the neighborhoods. Well, I don't know what that means.
It means it's dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, I know that's.
But that's not true.
I Dearborn, not Dearborn, Detroit. Yeah, I mean, from what I've seen, it's actually quite the opposite. Again, I don't know. I'm sure your average Detroit, Michigan neighborhood is probably not the best anyway. Because of the high poverty rates, a lot of crime and everything. I think generally speaking, I don't think it really has anything much to do with Muslim neighborhoods. But I mean, Dearborn, Michigan, for example, and there are a lot of cities in Michigan that actually have very high Muslim populations that are perfectly regular places to live. You seem very angry, Mel. That's just my observation. Yeah. that's just how I see it. Then why do they want their own Sharia police? Again, citation needed. I don't think that happens. I don't think they're police forces in the United States that are trying to convert to Sharia law. I don't think that just strikes me as hyperbolic. Can we get a citation on that? Can somebody Google that? That just doesn't seem right to me.
Ignore what I just sent you. I'm trying to do something on Snapchat.
Okay. Anybody who's just now joining us, this is our monthly Q&A live stream. Used to be our patron live stream, but we opened it to the public. And so now we're trying to get anybody to submit questions about YouTube or politics or anything, and we can answer that. Yeah, we're live. Okay. Did you send me something on Snapchat or?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it didn't work.
What
It didn't work.
did-
The link didn't work. I was gonna put that
It
on my
says swipe up.
trying to put it on my story, but that's just you.
Yeah.
But the link didn't attach.
Well, it's on YouTube. People know that. Dearborn, Michigan. I've seen like news pieces about Dearborn, Michigan. Seems like a perfectly normal, police force there. It is, there are a lot of Muslim cops and everything, but I don't think that automatically suggests that they're trying to institute Sharia law. Again, like I said, we can get a citation. Somebody Google that, figure out what the hell's going on over there in Dearborn. But yeah, Dearborn has always been something brought up to me is like an example of Muslim success in the United States. Yeah. Trying to get the viewership up. Looks like we have some more people coming in. It's our monthly Q&A live stream. Ask us anything about YouTube or politics or anything. We'll try our best to answer. Did you find something?
Oh, I did it. I actually did it.
Yeah, good.
So it's on my story.
Yeah, good. So if I go to your profile,
it's loading now. So
it's loading. Okay. What happened to the instrumentals? This is from Sounds of Terraria. I'm so glad you asked that, and it breaks my fucking heart. It breaks my heart. I had to move them. Hey, Springtime, how are you doing? I had to move the instrumentals to another channel and this happened earlier this year, because I actually became quite concerned it was threatening my monetization. There was a period of like a month or so where this channel, Anim8orkid, was actually receiving no revenue, no ads or anything. I don't know that it was the instrumentals. Some of them got copyright claimed, of course, but let me go to grab the link to the channel where they are now, actually, and put it in the chat, because I miss having those on my channel. It's Epic Rap Battles of History, Jake Chudnow, who does the Vsauce music, and some other stuff. So here's the link to the channel with where I moved the instrumentals. It's called TJ Pilkington. That's just an abbreviation of my name. It looks like we're getting some more viewers in. This is our monthly Q&A live stream. Ask us anything. We're here. We're live. We're staying. We usually go, like I said, hour and a half, hour 45 minutes. We can even maybe go longer than that today. Thank you for liking the photo.
You're so welcome. Here, wait.
Okay, so okay, there's a new. Okay, good. So and that's on your story, but let me go. Is it still? It's not showing up, or is it somewhere else?
Hang on.
Yeah, you're welcome. The Sound of Terraria. Yeah, I miss having instrumentals on my channel, because that was a lot of people really like those, but they now have a new home on the TJ Pilkington channel. Go subscribe. We actually are at 115 subs on that channel.
I'm not sure why it's not showing up. Hang on, I'm gonna close.
But you did put it on your story.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out how Snapchat works. On the subject of Star Trek. Okay. Nice. Thank you very much. On the subject of Star Trek, it seems the TNG tried to replace the eugenics wars with the 2050s or World War III. Excuse me. I don't know if it's so much they tried to replace the eugenics wars. I guess in a sense they did, because there's that line in the original series where Spock says the era of your so-called last, or the era of your last so-called World War, and he was talking about the 1990s eugenics wars. That kind of got retconned in the Next Generation, as you say, with a 2050 God, I can't fucking speak. 2050s World War III. I don't think my reading of the canon is that didn't necessarily.
You all right?
I'm having strong.
You're having a strong.
That didn't necessarily replace the eugenics wars. The eugenics wars, again, in my reading of the canon, are still a separate kind of conflict, because in the Wrath of Khan, in the movie, which did predate the Next Generation, but still canon, Khan talks about how he was living in the 1990s and on Earth. So I think they're just separate conflicts. Okay, all right, Mel Betterton. Okay. The entire state of Michigan is moving to ban Sharia law statewide. I stand corrected. Okay.
Cool.
Cool. The last World War of the 20th century. That could have been, a lot of these lines from Star Trek, the original series, and everything are highly context specific. So again, we as a retcon, the last World War of the 20th century wasn't World War III, because again, it's the 2050s, but the eugenics wars. And actually, there's a book, you may know this, Springtime. There's actually a book series by Greg Cox. I actually have them with me. They're over there. If you want, you go get, it's the eugenics wars. It's the ones with Khan on the cover.
Oh, God, okay.
It's not on the shelf. It's on the right there. Yeah, it's the eugenics wars.
I see it,
yeah. Where what this author actually does is he all right, is that volume 1? This is volume 2.
Oh.
Yeah, and then there's volume 1. What he actually does is he retroactively makes the eugenics wars part of real world history conflicts. So like the Yugoslav wars, stuff happening in East Asia in the 90s. It's kind of like a secret history is what he calls it. But that is Austin McKinney, nice. Just looking at the people who viewed my story on Snapchat. But he basically kind of makes those a secret history. So the eugenics wars, and it's not canon. It's a non-canon source, and there's some canon there's also some other non-canon sources that try to make the eugenics wars like an all-out conflict. But my issue with that is like the dates 92 to 96. If you have like a major world war, that's going to disrupt politics over the world over so much that the line of presidents would be changed. And I mean, in Enterprise, they have George W. Bush and 9/11 still like being a thing that happens in real history. That's more consistent with like a world where a bunch of genetic supermen didn't publicly try to, take over the world. That would change things significantly. So that's why I actually kind of like the idea of the secret history where Khan and his the augments are actually people who, they said he ruled over a quarter of the Earth's population. He did that in the books. He did that indirectly through like a proxy rule. Kinsey K Productions, here we go again. That's right. We're here. We are here for our monthly Q&A live stream. Springtime says I've read the Eugenics Wars books. Yeah. So yeah, I actually have yet to delve deep into these. I have a lot of other Star Trek books on my shelf over there that are just waiting to be read. Just a shit ton, if you will. Yeah. So Kinsey, how you doing, man? How's school been treating you, Pat? Because I haven't been there because I've been sick. I had pneumonia. And that really sucked, if I do say so myself. I do not recommend
getting pneumonia.
Using data right now, but wanting to say hey to the live stream. Thanks for coming by, stopping by, and saying hey. Always glad to have you. I'm like, so I say ammonia. We actually had Lewis and Davier on the chat earlier. Lewis just kind of dropped off. I think he may show up back later, but Dave being in Japan, it's 3 a.m. there. It's now closer to 4 a.m. So he's having to go to sleep. So, but yeah, thanks for stopping by, Kenzie. And yeah, good luck with everything. And I know for a fact that we will be seeing each other in a casual context at the beginning of the year, if not sooner. So yeah. I got a new Instagram like, Emily Swan. Come on, people. Come on. See you, Kenzie. Come on, keep the questions coming. Keep them coming. What's the matter, you?
Hey, forget about it.
Hey, forget about it. I've been here in Boston for a very long time on this crab boat. You know, that's what I do. We got a union here, the crab union, the fishermen's union. That's right. We got our pensions and everything. Got it. But yeah, it's tough out there on those waters. You know, trying to get those crabs. You know, on this crab boat. In Boston. I do impressions on the side. Thank you very much. Yeah. I think my signature character may be former President Barack Obama, who, you know, his cadence is just so easy to capture. And yeah, I think is gonna land me a lot of jobs. You know, he's a winner. You know, he won. I won. There you go. 2020.
Obama 2020.
Obama. God, I wish. All right, I gotta go get a refill on the water. So you good?
Yeah.
Okay. Get in front of the camera, please.
Okay.
Okay. You will sit in my place.
Okay.
Just please.
I will.
Somebody needs to monitor the chat while I'm going. And I know you're doing that on your phone, but we need somebody on screen. Thank you. I'll be right back.
Oh. Hey, everyone. I can't answer the Star Trek questions as well as he can, so we'll wait till he gets back. What? But yeah, any other questions? Just rattle them off. Yeah, I agree with that. Springtime.
It seems like I got some questions while I was gone.
Mm-hmm, just the one. I mean,
just the one. The economy of the Federation, I will say, we as early as 21st century humans just can't understand living standards of the 22nd to 24th century. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to imagine, which is why we don't see a lot of Earth like itself, like, you know, the regular population living their lives in Star Trek. It's mostly about people out, you know, exploring the stars, but you have to wonder what it would be like. You know, I think it would be damn near utopia. You know, that's what they try to portray, at least. And yeah, I have some words about that.
Mm-hmm. Do you want your chair back?
Do you want to switch? I know you. This chair is very comfortable.
It is very comfortable.
God, I feel bad now. Damn.
Ow.
You okay? Be careful. Yeah, so I mean, when we talk about things like post scarcity economy, I think post scarcity they don't really achieve that probably until 24th, 25th century. But like, yeah, there's a lot of ins and outs. So my videos delve deep into that. So how do things like SpaceX and others impact the invention of warp drive in Star Trek? Well, let me put it this way. Our current understanding the laws of physics prevent faster than light travel. Now, the way they get around that in Star Trek with the warp drive is that it actually warps space and space time instead of the ship actually going faster than the speed of light, which is impossible. I mean, I think that SpaceX and all those other companies they're doing good for human space flight. And I mean, I think they're getting us just that much closer. I don't know. I'm not convinced that necessarily that we'll see, warp drive, before the end of the century, just because the energy barriers alone are so immense. I mean, most predictions place it in like the thousands or millions of years away. And we'll be dead by then. But one thing I'm really looking forward to is when we will have telescopes that are powerful enough to be able to directly observe the atmospheres of planets outside our solar system, to look for things like methane production, which is a good indicator of organic life. And so that's something that's going to happen within the next 30 years. I would say 30 to 40 years, we're going to know if life exists on other planets. I think we will. I think by 2060 we will know for sure if life, or we will have, like I said, those good indicators that life exists on other bodies. That's going to change humanity forever. It's just like, it's just.
Oh, I was thinking of how old I would be in 2060. I'd be 62.
Me too. As in having Cochrane use an old ICBM. Oh yeah, so that was really interesting actually in First Contact, when he used a old nuclear warhead as a Titan missile as the casing for his Phoenix ship that is ushering in this new era of humanity. I mean, he was living in Montana, roughing it, having to use the materials that he and his team had access to, working. I'm not sure what the relationship was with the federal government, if they had even like a grant or if they were working completely underground. I don't know. That's really, what I would love? I would love a series or a mini series set in that time period, or just immediately following First Contact. I know Enterprise tried to do that a little bit in flashbacks. We just got really, really small glimpses, but I would like a Star Trek TV series just depicting every facet of the universe at every time period. I have ideas. I have stuff I can pitch. Damn it!
Yeah.
I'm that's what I want to do, is film and TV for my career. So, gosh darn it, I'm gonna pitch it, man. Yeah, but no, seriously, I mean, if your cousin's trying to, is that on the down low?
I mean,
yeah.
They're trying to pitch something.
They're trying to pitch something to Netflix. Hey, I have stuff I want to pitch to Netflix. Oh, it looks like we have another new viewer, or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. So, this is our monthly Q&A live stream. Just ask us anything about Star Trek, the channel, YouTube, politics. We're up to 6 viewers now. It's picking up speed. yeah, ask us anything, and we will try to answer it to the best of our ability. And yeah, getting some good questions in here. Thank you guys. I'm actually, if I can, if until somebody else asks another question, this may provoke some conversation too. I'm trying really hard to figure out the mirror universe. I did a video about the mirror universe years ago where I talked about the changes that could be observed in human culture, and that's something that I kind of expand upon in Star Trek Discovery. It's not entirely certain when it diverged, if in fact it's something that has existed for millennia, since the diverging early in human history, or if it's something that's more recent. And all the they talk about the Terran Empire, which is the the mirror of the Federation, like existing for like centuries. Is that real? Is that propaganda? They said that in Enterprise they actually go cross over to this universe and they look at all the literature, classical literature, and they say that our characters in our literature are like weak and compassionate compared to the literature, the characters in Mirror Universe. Was it always like that? Were those works rewritten to fit with Terran ideology, which borrows a lot from Roman Empire themes and everything? That's something I'm trying to figure out. I may do a video on that once I get some more research done. But I'd like to know if the mirror universe is supposed to exist, concurrently alongside the prime universe for like all time, or if it's something that's very, very recent, like diverged very recently. So that's my spiel. There's been a lot of theories going around. You know how fans are with theories. They go, the most common one that I see that I kind of hate actually is like the Nazis won World War II. Well, if that happened, that would history would diverge so radically that you would not see the same people, in the positions where they are in Star Trek, even like hundreds of years down the line. I mean, you want to watch, want to see what happens if that, if the Germans win or whatever. Go watch Man in the High Castle on Amazon Prime,
which is pretty interesting.
Yeah,
I will say.
Yeah,
even if it's hard to follow.
Yeah. And then there's some people who say, what if the Spanish Armada won in this battle with England in the 16th century? Like, that's too far away. Also wondering if the Dominion is really 10,000 years old or just about 400 years old. That's another interesting question. The Dominion, could, again, it could have existed for thousands of years, or it could exist. That could be propaganda that they try to tell us, like we've always been around. It's like in 1984. Somebody brought this up in another discussion on like Reddit or something. We've always been at war with East Asia. That's something that they drill in people's heads. So like, what's real, what isn't real? And the Dominion is another kind of fascist, state. So they could be warping their own history to fit their needs. I will say from all the maps that I've seen, canon, non-canon, whatever, Dominion is quite large, so they could have amassed a giant empire over thousands of years, but they could easily do it in a shorter span of time as well. Empire probably just made up most of its history and is just 100 years old by 2154. Talking about the Terran Empire from the Mirror Universe, yeah, maybe, because like I said, Archer says that we've existed for centuries. What he could mean is that the Terran Empire is a successor to a previously existing state, on Earth in the 20th century. That doesn't have the same name, He could be talking about the U.S. empire. We talk about the U.S. being an empire a lot in real life. Could be a real life successor because they seem to be only about 200 years more advanced than the best the Federation has. I would say maybe not even 200 years because with the technology, I guess when they raided the Vulcan ship and they stole all the technology, that did help them advance more quickly, and they were able to conquer more quickly than the humans and the coalition of planets and the Federation that were being kind of held back in the Prime universe by the Vulcans wanting to like limit our advancement. So they are more advanced, and then of course the Defiant comes in. That's 23rd century technology that they travels back in time that helps them kind of advance even further. The mirror universe is fascinating, absolutely fascinating. But I think you're right. It could be the case that they rewrote the literature to bring it more in line with imperial values. Because I mean, if you think about it, that's not unusual in history. I mean, empires throughout history have tried to rewrite literature to bring it, and retranslate it, bring it in line with their values. It's only due to the work of, well-meaning, Renaissance scholars and whatever that the literature that we have as classical is, close to, supposedly what the original intended meaning was. But like in the novel Dark Mirror, which I have over there on the shelf as well, Picard is a different version of the Mirror Universe because it was before the Deep Space Nine episodes came out. But he's visiting the Mirror Universe, and he finds a copy of Achilles, whatever the story was that was written, in the classical era, where like he kills one of the other main characters. That's something that doesn't happen, and there's certain differences in Shakespeare where like certain characters are even more brutal. Of course, Shakespeare is already kind of brutal anyway, in real life, which is something that they highlight in the Enterprise episode. But as far as where the Roman connection comes from, in all the episodes, I'm sure you've seen it, like where they do that salute, which has connections also to the Nazi regime, which is why you shouldn't do it in public. But they, the Roman connections, some people have said maybe it's a direct continuation of the Roman Empire. I don't think so. I think that's a little far-fetched, but what I think it could be is it's inspired by Rome, and actually in Discovery, the titles that they use, like Imperator Augustus, whatever, this in part of their titles. I think they're just like, big fans of Rome, Roman culture, Roman, political systems, and they just borrowed that. And there, as somebody else has pointed out, as may have been on Reddit or alternatehistory.com or somewhere, a lot of empires in history have also considered themselves to be the successors of previous empires, even if they're not directly related. So like, the Third Reich, for example, I mean, they were trying to kind of bring back this sort of, whatever Aryan kind of, mystical thing that supposedly existed in the past. The Holy Roman Empire, was in the name is continuation of Rome. There are lots of empires that have claimed succession to Rome. Eric says hi from the UK. Hello from the United States. We have a new like on the stream. Very good. This is our patron Q&A live stream. Ask us anything about YouTube, politics, anything. We'll try to answer those questions to the best of our ability. Hello. We got some more likes. Yay. this stream has been quite interesting so far. We had a lot of arguments earlier with Mel about Muslims and stuff like that and guns. What's your favorite TV show?
Do you hold up the books?
So I go through this all the time. I had, well, yeah, I mean, clearly Star Trek in some way, shape, or form. I have other favorite shows. So I try to do a top 5. So my top, and this is not in any ranked order: Star Trek Deep Space Nine, The Office, Breaking Bad, Rick and Morty, and maybe the first 3 seasons of SpongeBob. But if I were to pick one that was like the whole of it, probably Seinfeld. It'd be cool if the Minions history was made for diplomacy. Yeah, I mean, it, like I said, they try to present an image of themselves that's contrary to what, what their actual intentions are. So, Eric says, I watched Star Trek as a kid. Yeah, my dad did as well. He actually watched the original series when it was originally airing in the 60s. And of course, he, did the same thing with the other shows: Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, Voyager, Enterprise. And we haven't watched Discovery because I refuse to pay for CBS All Access. Although I understand that, it's perfectly, there's perfectly legal ways to watch it for free. You just get a trial and they cancel it before. I've been less than impressed with what I've seen kind of coming out of Discovery. It seems like it's all over the place. I hope that their writing kind of gets, that they get their act together and just kind of, make it more coherent, because when you have a lot of writers coming in, they actually had a lot of producing conflicts behind the scenes. The main guy that was developing it left before the pilot was finished. It's like, it's that kind of crap that happens. It does happen in TV, but it's just really unfortunate. I have chosen not to watch Discovery, not in protest of that, but just for, I'm waiting for collective opinion about whether or not it's actually worth it to kind of form, and that hasn't happened yet. So the Picard series, on the other hand, I'm looking very much forward to. I am concerned about it though, because from the trailer, it looks like they may try to take in like an actiony direction. And it's like, that's the least interesting part of Star Trek in my view. So we got a new subscriber. Thank you very much. Thank you, and you won't be disappointed. My Star Trek content there's more where that came from. You'll notice there's been a trend. I'm speaking about myself now, reflecting in the third person. Hold on. Just had to boost my seat a little bit there. So over the past few years, the content on my channel has shifted in tone and in purpose. So I'm actually getting back to my roots now. This channel started as a platform for me to launch my no, it wasn't a short film, it was a feature film I was developing in high school called It Just Might Work, which is public on the channel now. And I did vlogs, I did updates, I did all kinds of stuff. And then after that, I kind of delved into, animations, podcasting, product reviews, music. All that shifted, and then I started doing the Star Trek videos. So now my main thing is like video essays, where I talk about, Star Trek fringe, just all kinds of stuff. So that's been the past like 3 years. Lately, movie reviews, I started doing those with Lewis, and so Sarah and I have continued that format, and of course now live streaming. But that's not really unique or anything, but yeah, I'm getting back to my roots. I'm actually trying to promote my short film content more. I'm working as a cinematographer and audio mixer on other people's projects. My documentary Teched Out is coming out at the end of the month, and the trailer is live right now. It's actually my new channel trailer. And by the way, while we're here, yeah, if you were unsubscribed and then you just recently subscribed, you probably saw it, but I will put it in the chat anyway. Copy link address. So this is the trailer for my documentary Teched Out that I've been developing. Is actually did it in conjunction with a class for university, but it was something that was brewing a long time, before that. So let me put it in the chat. Yep, you can go watch that and let me know what you think. I'm really impressed with how it's coming together. Not just because of the excellent, cinematography from Andrew Manning and Mason Bell, and all the hard work from my crew, Cassidy West, AD, Noel Beard as a script supervisor, Peyton Pilgrim as some additional photography and sound mixing, Sarah as the production assistant, helping do the catering and everything, but also helping out with equipment. You actually were a boom operator as well, and the editing co-editor. And I'm trying to get everybody out. Stuart is a man of jack of all trades, gaffer, grip, line producer, everything. Eric says, I got a 19-year-old son who goes to college and he loves acting. Very good. Yeah, I actually I've been working a lot more with actors, theater actors as of late, and film actors, local talent in Memphis, for the film projects we've been doing. And yeah, actors are they're an interesting bunch, especially the theater people. I don't know how it is in the UK. Maybe the same thing, but in the United States, there's like a kind of a stereotype that theater majors are weird, quirky, and eccentric, and anybody who is involved in that, who's watching that, I love you. I'm not trying to throw shade, but like y'all are special, and I know they know it. So
it's all in love, we promise.
Yeah. Do you have favorite movies? Of course. And again, this isn't like necessarily in any ranked order, but top movies. Star Trek Voyage Home is probably my favorite Star Trek film. I really loved Infinity War just as a standalone Marvel thing. I was really appreciated like the craft that went into it as its own kind of unique thing. Wally, as you can tell from my poster behind my back, is my favorite Pixar film. And yeah, there are a lot of films that we watched recently that I really enjoyed. I have to go kind of I hate when I get, I'm not saying you put me on the spot, but when I'm trying to think of stuff like this on the spot, I can't. I struggle. I have to look at lists of things that I've watched. So like, let me go like my Netflix has a watch history, right?
I think so.
Oh wait, I can't access it anymore because I canceled it.
Oh wait.
Yes I can.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, it signed me out. I canceled Netflix actually because I just didn't want to pay for it anymore. All right, let me see. Let's go in my Google Play history. This is so stupid that I have to do this to answer a simple question like this, but yeah. I'm actually just kind of browsing stuff right now.
What was the last thing we watched on Netflix? Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction, which was really
interesting.
Really interesting. We may need to watch it again. I don't know, because like it's very weird structurally, and we didn't get as much out of it as we thought we might. So again, that's just subjective. So, Hi, I'm Callum. How are you today? Hello, welcome to the stream. This is our monthly Q&A live stream. Ask us questions about YouTube or politics or anything, and we'll try our best to answer. Welcome to the stream. We're doing great today. I'm doing better now because I actually just got through, or I'm getting over being sick, which was not fun. Thanks for subscribing. You hopefully saw my trailer for my documentary. If not, it's in the chat. The link to the chat. The link is in the chat to the documentary trailer. But yeah, having a lot of fun here. Let's see.
What's your favorite color?
What's my favorite color? Whoa. Whoa. I go between blue and red. I just go back and forth. Yeah. It really is as simple as that. There's no deeper meaning or anything. Keep the questions coming. Don't mind me. I'm just looking at stuff right now. Let's see. How do you make it like a purchase history for Google Play or something? What do you think about a space race between SpaceX and Russia or China? I think that if NASA, because SpaceX has a very special relationship with NASA, a lot of their funding, comes from NASA funding, which is why, the libertarians who, think that, private space flight is the way to go and there's, no government involved, not necessarily true, because SpaceX wouldn't be where it is today without NASA funding. So if NASA and SpaceX cooperate, which I think they will, a space race to like recolonize the moon or whatever, I think that can actually have positive benefits if we do it in a spirit of just friendly competition. And I know China has aims, obviously, for I'm sure mining rights and everything, just like we do. So yeah, we need more space development because that has positive effects for humanity. That has positive technological benefits. How much streams do you do? We do pretty much just one a month, and we've been pretty consistent actually with doing one a month. It's our like I said, our monthly Q&A live stream. I like to get into it more because it seems like we've been getting a lot more interaction than we ever thought we would, like even from our first stream in like September. I mean, that has like, how many viewers does that have? Or does that stream have at this point? 93. And then, simultaneously we were, breaching double digits almost. So that's pretty good. Yeah.
If you have a superpower.
If you have a superpower, what would it be? So there's this YouTube channel called Because Science that does a lot of scientific videos about pop culture things, and he has a video series about why you don't want this superpower, why you don't want this, why you don't want that, because of the negative effects it would have on your biology, But if I were to pick one, I would like something to do with time manipulation. If I could go back and correct very small mistakes, nothing life-changing, mind you, I think everybody would like that. But if I could have the ability to do some sort of time manipulation, or better yet, this is more interesting. If I can't change the past, observe parallel universes, observe different outcomes, like what would happen if X, Y, or Z, like especially pertaining to my immediate life and my surroundings. Like, what if I didn't go to this place at this certain time? What would happen in the short to medium term? I would like that. something with space time manipulating powers. Oh God. Google.
I think I'm always just stuck on shape shifting for superpower.
Shape shifting. That would be really cool. I would like that too. Can I have that too? Can I have more than one? My God. All right, view order history.
Should Taiwan abandon all claims to mainland China?
I don't know all the specifics of all the ins and outs of their relationship, but if they're anything like Hong Kong and they value freedom, then yeah, then yeah, sure. Taiwan, I don't know if they. I'm sure they have probably an economic relationship with China, just like we do. Yeah, the Chinese government, mainland Chinese government, needs to calm their tits. They need to like quit being so authoritarian. But see, that's the problem, though. I mean, that's how they hold on to power, and that's how they maintain their one-party state. Is they have to be authoritarian. So it's really, it sucks. And what's going on in Hong Kong, I don't know. Again, I'm not sure about Taiwan, their political situation, but what's going on in Hong Kong, I mean, my God, just oof, I would not want to be there right now. And the people defending the Chinese government are on the wrong side of history.
Are you having a good time this year? And what countries would you like to go to?
Am I having a good time this year? 2019 has been a pretty good year. I've done a lot of stuff, a lot of unique and novel experiences. I've met people. I've worked with people on different projects and everything. So it's been a lot of fun. Which countries would I like to go to? I would love to go to Japan because I study Japanese and I'd like to, kind of experience that culture a little bit. I'd love to. Sarah always thinks it's weird that I say this. I would like to go to Switzerland to see the Large Hadron Collider.
I don't think it's weird. I think it's hilarious.
Yeah. Okay. That's why I would like to go to see the Large Hadron Collider.
Which would be amazing.
It would be amazing.
Do you need more water?
Yes, please. Thank you. I like to go to Canada, like visit, Vancouver and whatnot, just because it's an extension. I see it as an extension of the Pacific Northwest, which I would like to go. Just beautiful, nature preserves and national parks and everything. Yeah. So Japan, Switzerland, Canada, Australia, maybe just to see what it's like living down under.
Did you mention New Zealand?
Oh, New Zealand, of course, for the to see where they film Lord of the Rings. We cannot forget about that. All right. I'm reviewing my Google Play order history to see what movies we've been watching because
I should too because we watched some of mine.
We did watch some of yours, yeah. So pull that up. Pull that up for me. Order history. There it is. All right, now let me go back. Oh, the How to Train Your Dragon series. We actually just got through watching. I really enjoyed that. Big Lebowski is a fun one. I'm looking at a bunch that didn't really do much for me. I like Dead Poet Society. That was cool. Bridge on the River Kwai. And then there's some more that we watched on yours. So.
Star Wars will be out soon. It will be. We're going to see it.
Yeah, we will be. I'm looking forward to how JJ will handle episode 9. He is the safe choice, the fallback, so to speak, which is in a way is kind of disappointing because you wanted to see what kind of directions they took that in, but when they tried to do something different, it didn't really work out. Now did it with Rian Johnson? So JJ being the fallback, I mean, I'm sure it will be fine. Like, at the very least, I'm sure it'll be a 6. You know, I'm sure it'll be a good 6 or solid 6 or 7. You know,
Surely.
From the Google Play app here, I got instructions right here. Wait, no, not a Play Store app. Okay.
Wait, what? Account. Okay.
Account purchases. This is so sad. This is what we resorted to.
It's so sad.
Oh, I'm bouncing the screen. I shouldn't be doing that. We saw Once Upon a Time in Hollywood in theaters. That was really cool. I really enjoyed that. The John Wick movies, I really have. We've been enjoying those. Rocket Man was really good.
Are you kidding me? Why is this so difficult?
I hate stupid Google apps.
It said open account, right?
Mm-hmm. Go to the Play Store app.
I was on the Play Store. It told me to go here. Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Jurassic Park.
That's
Aliens.
a classic. Aliens, the Alien franchise.
It.
And
that was it.
Yeah. Okay.
Coco.
Yeah. So in terms of sci-fi, Alien does not necessarily top the Star Trek films for me, but for what they are, I mean, Alien was really good. Aliens, I enjoyed that. Did you enjoy that more? Or
I think purely on more things were happening, but I like the tone of the first one better.
Yeah, that's kind of where I am. I mean, the first one was so perfect in what it was trying to achieve, and the second one, there's more going on. It's more of a sci-fi action kind of thing with James Cameron. Oh yeah, Terminator 2. That's another one I like. Yeah. So, yeah.
So what if the VP becomes president?
You mean Mike Pence? I don't want to think about it. I think that it will. I think it would energize the Democrats just as much as Trump.
I think he'd be more competent than Trump.
Yeah, and that's actually a bad thing.
A scary thought.
Mike Pence would be more competent because Trump right now is just kind of flailing in the wind, and the Republican establishment is doing what they usually do, business as usual. If Mike Pence were in there, I mean, and this is a guy that can, nominate federal judges just as Trump has been doing. I mean, we would be rolling back the clock.
A homophobe as president would be very bad.
Yeah.
I mean,
how long have you been doing YouTube? This is from Eric. That's a great question. I love answering questions about my biography. I've been doing YouTube since 2013, summer of 2013. I started out on a different channel where I was doing vlogs with my friend. We were talking about different topics. That channel is no longer, it's public and everything's public. It's still listed, I guess, but it's not like, it's not easy to find, which is fine with me. But then I started Anim8orkid, the channel that I'm on right now. And we, let's see. Yeah, I say we. I've been collaborating with a lot of different people over the years, but yeah, like I said, this started out as a short film launch pad. Then it, turned into vlogs, animations, product reviews, music, animations. Did I already say that?
You did. That's fine.
Okay. Which I don't do anymore. Podcasting, all kind of content. And so now, and it's kind of, now the video essays are my main thing, and those are my most profitable. But yeah, that's how long I've been doing YouTube. 6 years. almost 6.5 years. Should Turkey be removed from NATO? Quite possibly. They have been taking a lot of really, despotic, authoritarian steps as of late. What they're doing in Syria right now is just atrocious. With the Kurds, I mean, oppressing the Kurds and giving license to, like there's a lot of ISIS fighters that the Kurds were actually kind of keeping under wraps in these prisons, and now they don't have the Kurd forces are being disbanded more or less, and so now you're going to have ISIS, fighters, in the region. I mean, that's the last thing that we need. But yeah, Turkey, I mean, the fact that they, again, just the human rights violations to their own people. And Erdogan being, authoritarian dictator practically. I mean, yeah, their NATO membership should be reviewed at the very least, if not revoked. Sonic the movie. Oh, God. You reminded me of its existence. I will say the redesign looks better.
Yeah.
Than it did, but why? Just oof. We'll see. We'll see how it turns out. I don't have high hopes for video game movies, but I don't know. It still looks really weird, and I think that a lot of these video game movies kind of suffer from trying to set themselves in a realistic context. They should
because they get away from what makes them fun in the first place.
Yeah, they should set themselves in like the craziness and the wackiness of their own universes, their own worlds, and they should be completely 3D animated too. I mean, we have the technology.
Or 2D animated.
Or 2D animated.
Make 2D animation come back, you cowards.
Yeah, you cowards. Yeah. Okay. I'm getting pretty hungry. Do you want to order a pizza?
Oh, sorry, I got water in my mouth. So I don't look better as a new movie. I mean,
yeah,
if you're gonna go see it and enjoy it, if you're a big fan of the games, then go have fun.
Yeah, I know a lot of people who are looking quite forward to it. So yeah, we'll see how it turns out. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not as big of a Sonic person myself, so we'll see. We'll see how it turns out. We may kind of wind down this live stream here a little bit because we're starving. We're starving over here, and so we're gonna let's say we've been going for an hour 48. We're gonna have a hard out at 2 p.m. Central Time. So, yeah. Okay. Is Little Caesars okay?
Oh my God, that ASMR.
Jesus Christ. Let's see. Let's see if we can do their online thing.
Oh yeah.
Hello. It's me. Question: do you have a favorite food to eat? Asian food, Chinese food, sushi, ramen noodles, chicken and rice, all that crap. I love it. It's my favorite type of food. That was pretty easy to answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so dyslexic. I always read that wrong.
Looks like this is easier to do on an app.
Is it?
Perhaps. Let's see. Find your nearest location.
Do you think Trump will try and get America out of NATO and make his own New Deal version?
Shit, I don't know. I think there are a lot of people in power who would probably try to stop that. I think I think America being in NATO is not, you know, necessarily like the worst thing in the world. I think, you know, having like these kind of international alliances is good, you know, and helps, you know, kind of, you know, keep things, you know, in order and at bay. Like, you know, it's having, you know, friendships and alliances with overseas powers. um you know, there's a lot of positive good that can come out of that. It just, you know, it's more about what you do with it. I don't think the problem is that we're in NATO. I think the problem is that we're a warmongering imperial, you know, nation that is, you know, abusing our power as a, you know, the world police. And so, you know, I think we need to just kind of tone it down a little bit.
My son loves Chinese food. He goes to Chinese place sometimes. So us too.
Yeah, we go there. There are weeks where we'll have Panda Express like twice a week, and then Chinese buffet on top of that. Uh, yeah, I mean, can't get enough of it. We may go there tomorrow. Damn it! All right, so more store info. Pizza portal. Extra most bestest thing. We have friends who will judge us for liking Little Caesars, but this is America.
We can like what we want.
We can like what we want, and it's cheap, and that's one of the biggest things.
Wait a second, is that okay? Yeah, you can't beat that.
Yeah, it's $5 for a pizza. You know. All right. Extra most bestest. Thin crust pepperoni. We'll have one of those. Where's my cart? Come on. I said add to cart, damn it. There we go.
Like 10 pizzas to your cart.
Yeah. All right. It's the 5 meat.
5 meat?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, is that
Okay,
okay?
no, it's fine. I just didn't know they did a 5 meat.
Yeah.
I normally eat at Domino's, but Little Caesars is fine. Or is good too.
Mm-hmm. What else? Ultimate Supreme. God, it's $10. We are broke college students trying to figure out the best combination of pizzas to order from Little Caesars. Look at this. Wonder how expensive the create your own would be.
Oh yeah. Have you seen that thing? It's none pizza with left beef. Someone made a pizza and they had put nothing on it except for beef on one side of it.
Oh God, that
none
hurts
pizza
me.
with left beef.
What pizza do you like? Barbecue pizza. Anything with meat on it, which is kind of vague, but you know.
Barbecue pizza.
Barbecue pizza is probably our favorite so far. Sausage, you know, that kind of thing. So, all right. Pepperoni, whole. No, let's see. Bacon. We already. That's basically just the 5 meat.
Yeah, if you wanted to put all of that on it.
Yeah.
We could ask chat what kind of pizza we should get.
Ask the chat what kind of pizza. Let's see how far we get with this. All right. I'm going to black olives, banana peppers, mushrooms, and bacon. Wait. What else? That's good.
Are you asking me? Oh, yeah, it's fine. Do you want to put sausage on it or no?
Yes. Let's see how much that is.
Who is that girl you with?
Who's that girl you with? This is my girlfriend Sarah, and she's here keeping an eye on the chat for for people like you. No, just kidding. Okay, the custom one is $13, so we're gonna remove that. We're already getting a 5 meat. It's okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, let's just get. So we got the extra asbestos thin crust pepperoni, 5 meat. Oh wait, instead of the thin crust, let's just do the extra asbestos thick crust.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Because
It would be more expensive.
Yeah.
Is that stuffed crust?
Extra asbestos stuffed crust pepperoni. Yeah. No, let's temper our. Oh no, extra asbestos pepperoni. Yeah. That's okay. It's
okay,
only
so
6.
it was just a stuffed crust.
Yeah.
Okay, chat. What's your favorite movie?
Yeah. We're gonna.
We're talking about pizza.
Yeah, we're probably gonna, like I said, cut this off at 2 p.m. So let's get in last things. I'm so eloquent.
You have such a way with words.
I have a bachelor's degree, almost.
Almost there. You'll have a bachelor's degree in a few days.
I will. Okay. 5 meat, extra asbestos pepperoni, ultimate supreme. That's good. And then sides. Cheese bread. $30. All right. Now, let's see if honey will save us anything.
Honey, please.
Honey, please. Place your order as guest. I will do that.
So what did you think of Lord of the Rings? You gotta go on record.
Going on record about Lord of the Rings.
Be honest.
It was difficult for me for my attention to stay on it the whole time. It's so long. It's so long. Yeah.
I'm just putting you on the spot. No, Fellowship is really hard to sit through sometimes, even though I love it. This 2020, I can't wait for New Year's.
Yeah. No, the 2020, like I was saying earlier in the chat, I'm really, really looking forward to 2020, just because it's like a fresh slate, a fresh start, open possibilities, and I'm really excited about it. So yeah, I will. And this godforsaken decade will be over, so that's another thing.
Have my own little personal existential crisis over here. It's fine. Just
yeah. It happens. Well, thanks for joining us, guys and gals. This has been a fun stream. I need to quit bouncing my fucking leg on my table. I think we're going to go ahead and end it here. So thanks for joining us. We've been going for 2 hours. This is our longest stream so far. And we will be back in January with our first 2020 stream. And yeah, I'm pretty excited for that. So everybody, like I said, thanks for joining us. And have a good one. And
see you next year.
See you next year. Oh, wait, not yet. Follow us on social media. Follow me. All my links are going to be in the description of this video. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook at Anim8orkid. And visit my website, orangeriverproductions.com, where you can find a link to the merchandise Teespring store and buy my merch. And I just had to get that in. That's it, I swear. Okay.